What's up, you guys? Welcome to this week's One Piece review. And in this week's chapter 853, Big Mom defeats Brook without a single scratch. She also goes on to explain to Brook that her three main homies, Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon, were all created directly from her soul, and that unlike the other homies that Brook faced off against so far using his Delta Fruit abilities, Brook can't possibly hope to defeat the three of them. Now, this is a startling revelation because not only is Brook a high-caliber fighter even within the Straw Hat crew, but Brook's Delta Fruit ability for the past few chapters has been shown to be extremely effective against Big Mom's homies, similar to how Jinbei's Fishman Karate is super effective against Gecko Moria's zombies. Also, we know what Prometheus and Zeus can do as far as combat-wise, but we don't know what Napoleon the Bicorn can do combat-wise. Now, we've been hinted at in the past few chapters that Napoleon has the ability to pick up signals around Totland. Now, my theories as far as Napoleon the Bicorn's abilities are, is that Napoleon isn't a combat type of homie. It's more of a sensor support type of homie, in that it helps coordinate attacks between Prometheus and Zeus in battle. Or, the second theory, which is a far reach, that Napoleon can control other homies. I mean, we have to consider that it's named Napoleon and that it's a bicorn. We just got to put that in there. Also, Big Mom talked about Goldie Roger's ability to hear the voice of all things, and how Big Mom had high hopes in being able to read the poneglyphs because of her being descended from the Three-Eyed tribe and having 50% of that in her blood. Now, even Pudding admitted that that's a far reach in that she may not even be able to read the poneglyphs at all. Now, also, we see that Brook noticed, or at least has some knowledge of the Three-Eyed tribe. Hopefully, we get a lot more backstory into Goldie Roger's ability to hear the voice of all things, because it's been a constantly recurring theme in One Piece so far. Also, hopefully, we get some more exposition and backstory on the Three-Eyed tribe. And hopefully, another thing I really want to see, or I think there's going to be, is we see where Big Mom keeps all of her ex-husbands. Because, as we've seen with Lola's father, Big Mom and her children do not consider the fathers to be part of the family. Now, my guess is that Big Mom keeps them in some type of underground dungeon or lair locked up somewhere, and I think that we're going to see this in the next few chapters. Maybe Chopper and Carrot and Pedro are going to run across it in one of the mirror worlds. Maybe, or maybe they're in the books locked away in the library. We don't know, but there has to be somewhere. She just has so many kids from so many different species, and you just gotta wonder, where do they come from? How does she come across these people? And where are the husbands now? Does she have any siblings? Like all of that. And also, going on to Pedro and Baron Tamago, I was kind of bummed out that Chopper and Carrot bailed Pedro out at the last minute when Baron Tamago had finally achieved his final form, Chicken Knight. I really wanted to see the full capabilities of that form. And I gotta be honest with you 100%, I was not too invested in Baron Tamago and Pedro's fight. For me, it wasn't interesting enough with everything else that was going on. You know, Big Mom facing off against Brook, Jinbei and Luffy breaking out, Reiju being attacked by Pudding, Sanji doing his own thing. It was just not interesting enough in the grand scheme of things to actually pay attention to. But seeing Baron Tamago's Delta Fruit ability is just so interesting. It's just one of the best parameces in my opinion, because it allows him to take damage, recover, evolve, and come back stronger than ever. Your opponent may have messed you up that first round. Okay, you come back second round stronger. They mess you up that round. All right, but you come back that final round and you have the boost that you need and you come out on top permanently. Now, we didn't get to see Pedro face off against Baron Tamago's full form. And that's what I was disappointed about. But there's going to be a round 3. It's going to happen in the next few chapters. Bet on it. It's going to take some time, but it's going to happen, and I want to see it happen. Also, another thing, we have Luffy coming across Reiju and them interacting and catching up. Also, we have Luffy and Sanji both deciding they're going to meet up at a special place. Now, this whole thing, I just, I don't know what to say about this chapter. There's just so much going on in this chapter, and there's so little to just to be explained. Because now we know that Napoleon the Bicorn is not just any homie that's just there. It's one of Big Mom's personal homies created from her own soul. And now I'm more curious to know what its abilities are. We know that it gives advice to Big Mom here and then, and that it talks to her, and sometimes it tells her to not do things and all this other stuff, and it warns her. So it acts more of an advisor at times. But what are its capabilities in battle? Also, we still have yet to see the final Sweet Commander Katakuri. Now, I was hoping that instead of bailing Pedro out, Chopper and Carrot would come across Sweet Commander Katakuri by accident through the mirror world. They would just pop up and boom, they were right in front of Sweet Commander Katakuri. That would have created another conflict in the next few chapters for Luffy and his crew to figure out and sort out. But right now, they're in a really tough situation. Not only are they having to deal with the Vinsmoke family going about their way, but they have to deal with Big Mom's crew. Although one of the Sweet Commanders is down right now, we still have Sweet Commander Smoothie, who is still fresh, and we still have Sweet Commander Katakuri. Now, both of them could possibly be stronger than Sweet Commander Cracker. And let's just admit here, not only is Luffy heavily injured, but he is, he's not fresh right now. He's not fresh out of a fight. He's not fresh and ready to fight. He just got out of the book prison. And mind you, when he was facing off against Sweet Commander Cracker, he barely won that. He barely won that. With Nami's help, he won. But on his own, Cracker was able to fight Luffy for a prolonged period of time, and Luffy would not have won, in my opinion. Now, if you consider that Sweet Commander Smoothie is stronger and Sweet Commander Katakuri is stronger than Cracker, then Luffy has a lot on his hands to deal with. Now, yes, he has Jinbei, and yes, Nami's there, and yes, he's free from the book prison and everything like that, but it's still too much. Luffy is still too, in my opinion, exhausted to actually go toe-to-toe with another Sweet Commander at this point. Also, as far as like anything else I have to say for this video, what else do I have to say? I don't know. I think that's all. I have to say. But I don't know. I just want to see Sweet Commander Katakuri. I just think that would be interesting. Also, I'm hoping Sweet Commander Cracker returns to the fray. It's just hard to believe that a guy like that is down and out for this whole arc. Hopefully, we also see that the Vinsmokes come to their senses and decide to team up with Luffy and Jinbei and Nami and his crew and make a temporary truce right now as far as, escaping Totland and getting the freak out of there. Like, they don't have to be allies, they don't have to be best friends, but they have to make a truce right now to get out of there. Because if they don't, the Vinsmoke family is as good as smoked. And if Luffy doesn't, I have a hard time to believe that Luffy's gonna get out of there. I mean, yes, he's Monkey D. Luffy, and yes, he has Jinbei with him, and yes, he has pretty capable crew members, but this is Big Mom. She has Brook. Pedro is in the mirror world with Carrot and Chopper. Nami and Jinbei and him, they just barely got out of there. We don't know what's wrong with Jinbei. We don't know what type of punishment he rolled. I'm pretty sure he rolled one of those punishments where he had a substantial amount of his lifespan taken away and that he can die at almost any moment in the next few years. So we don't really know. This is VM. Like, comment, share, subscribe. What did you like about this chapter? What was your questions about this chapter? What are your theories for the next few chapters? Bye.